I'm about to predict the 2023 Conn Smythe winner. Just to preface, I'm filming this Friday before the game, so each series has played 2 games. So I'm not really basing it off those two, but some play into factor. But let's get into it. All right, starting in the Eastern Conference, we got Boston, and I think Linus Ullmark, if he plays like how he did in the regular season, he will definitely win the Conn Smythe. Boston as a whole is just known for being a team, right? They don't have anyone super in specific, maybe besides Pastrnak, who, leaps ahead of everyone. I think it's their goaltending that'll get them there, so I'm taking Linus Ullmark. All right, facing the Boston Bruins, we're going over to Florida, and just based off these 2 games, Matthew Tkachuk has been the difference maker for this Florida team. They have been really good. Tkachuk has been the only one who really got the offense going in both of the games so far. And then in that second game, we know Florida whooped Boston. But Matthew Tkachuk, he had a big deal in playing to get that first goal. So I'm taking Matthew Tkachuk. From Toronto, I'm going to take Mitch Marner. And Mitch Marner, he's been doing really well so far. In the first game, he had 3 points, but he didn't dominate the game. But that second game, 47 seconds in, he just ripped a clapper, got them on the board, and got the ball rolling. Could shout out guys like Ryan O'Reilly too, because Ryan O'Reilly, he won a Conn Smythe before, and it looks like he's playing playoff hockey to the best of his abilities, so he could win another, but I'm taking Mitch Marner. Moving over to Tampa, I've got Braden Point. What's crazy is when Tampa won their 2 cups, it was Victor Hedman and Vasilevsky. They didn't have a single forward win it, and it could either go to Kucherov or Braden Point. But we know Braden Point steps up in the playoffs big time, even though Kucherov does too. But Braden Point, he had that, I think, like 9 game goal streak, right? That was crazy one year. He really elevates his game, so I can't say anything more. Moving over to Carolina, I'm taking Sebastian Aho. With Andrei Svechnikov out and Max Pacioretty, you don't have your 2 main goal scorers, so you're going to rely on the depth and Sebastian Aho and Marty Necas to really step it up. And we saw Aho get the first goal of the series, and he just plays a big role in how that Carolina team plays, so I'm going Sebastian Aho. For the Islanders, I'm going another goalie, Ilya Sorokin. Ilya Sorokin, what can you say about him? He just played really good this season, and if the Islanders are going to win the Stanley Cup, it's going to be based off his goaltending. He will be the backbone, so I'm taking Ilya. Going down, we got New Jersey, and man, it does not look good for the Devils, but we know they're a really good away team. So being whooped 2-0 in the series on home ice is not good, but they got a chance. But going into MSG, it's going to be very difficult, and the guy they really need to step up is Jack Hughes. And when I watched that first game, Jack Hughes, he said in interviews that he wasn't nervous, but you could tell as soon as the puck dropped, he was gripping his stick tight. He was not making clean passes. He didn't seem like he wanted the puck, and he was taking shots from distance instead of playing Jack Hughes' way of, going through the traffic, finding crazy angles and just getting close to a good scoring opportunity. We haven't seen anything yet like that from Jack Hughes. So if they're going to win the cup, it's going to be off him. And going down to the New York Rangers, I got Mika Zibanejad. And what's crazy is this New York team is going crazy. Chris Kreider has 4 power play goals. Patrick Kane had a 3 or 4 point night on their second game. I think he had a 3 point night. So Patrick Kane's doing really good. As a Blackhawks fan, you love to see that. But I'm taking Mika, even though he hasn't done anything super crazy in this series so far. Mika, he's just a goal scorer. He gets clutch goals. Watch out for him on the power play because he'll rip it. Moving over to the Western Conference now, I got for the Colorado Avalanche Nathan MacKinnon, and we know Cale Makar won it last year, and Nathan MacKinnon played absolutely dynamite. And I don't see any difference this year. I think MacKinnon, he's hungry. He wants it again. He's going to step up again like he does every playoff year. So, Nathan MacKinnon for me. Going over to Seattle, and wow, Seattle is putting up a good fight. It is tied 1-1 in the series, but Seattle took that first game. Even though Philip Grubauer is playing really good, I'm going to take Jordan Eberle on this one. He's just a vet. He knows what to do. He's going to settle down that new Seattle team. So, I think he can make some big plays, so I'm taking Jordan Eberle. Moving over to Dallas, I made this list actually before any of the playoffs start, but I didn't start making this video till now. But I had Rope Hintz, and wow, you can see just off those 2 games, Rope has been going absolutely crazy. He got a hattie in that second game, so I'm taking Rope. He's just really good. He's just got to stay healthy. That's always been his biggest gripe. So if he can make it the whole run, I'm taking Rope Hintz. For the Minnesota Wild, I'm taking Kirill Kaprizov. And, he just needs to be Kirill Kaprizov. He needs to just contribute almost on every play, get a power play point every time they get a power play. Obviously, that's not realistic, but give him a good chance. I don't believe Kirill has too many points as of right now, but I know he got the first goal for Minnesota in that first game, so you like to see that from him, but he needs to go even more. But he's getting pushed and shoved. I mean, the Dallas Stars are watching out for him, so he needs to find a way to get around that and still contribute on the score sheet. For the Vegas Golden Knights, I've got Mark Stone, and we know Mark Stone coming back from injury. We'll see how his game goes. He looks okay. He looks pretty good in these first two games. Nothing like 100% Mark Stone, but I don't expect that's where he's at right now. We know Mark Stone defensively is really good. He can poke check in the neutral zone and give his team a break the other way, and he scores really clutch goals. So I'm taking Mark Stone. For the Winnipeg Jets, I'm taking Connor Hellebuck. And just because Connor Hellebuck is a really good goalie, he's locked down a game, gave his team a chance to win in almost every series he's played in the playoffs. But honestly, there's a lot of really good players that have stepped up as soon as the playoffs started. I think about Pierre-Luc Dubois and Mark Scheifele. So those two could easily win the Conn Smythe as well, but I'm going Connor Hellebuck. For the Edmonton Oilers, it's going to be Leon Draisaitl, and have you guys seen how this man has played through two games? He's just hungry, and he skates super fast. We know he had a busted ankle or a busted foot. I don't remember what his injury was last year, and he still went off. But this year, he's healthy. Hopefully no injury goes to him as well, but you could just see he really wants it. He's dictating the plays every time he's on the ice, so I'm going Leon. And finally, for the LA Kings, I'm going Kevin Fiala. Even though Anze Kopitar and Adrian Kempe have played two really good games, I think it's just Kevin Fiala. He was their best player on this team for the regular season, and he needs to step up and he needs to take over the game too, so I'm taking Kevin Fiala. Alright, that's all my votes. If you guys stuck around to the end of the video, please give it a like. Let me know who you think will win the Conn Smythe this year, and who do you think will be in the Stanley Cup Final.